Let somebody open into the book of Chronicle, chapter number 12, verse 32. Yes.
It says, and of the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of times, to know what Israel ought to do. The heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their command.
Were at their command. Thank you. Sit down. The Holy Spirit is one everywhere. The team, Sons of Issachar, I almost asked the person in charge yesterday evening that if you can send me what you prepare for Sunday school. I almost want to ask, and the phone went off. I try again, the network, I leave it. So this morning, it confirms to me that the God we serve is one God. In America, in Asia country, everywhere is one God, and it's one Spirit. So why I make mention of that, I took the wisdom soup pamphlet, and I was going through it. I said, this is what the Holy Spirit was saying yesterday night. Exact thing that the person wrote in this place. It's not even the topic, it's the explanation inside it. But when I'm talking now, you will understand better. Sons of Issachar, we know this, the chapter, we know the verse. The Bible identified them. They are men that have the understanding of time, that they know what to do, what Israel needs to do at the right time. And they were 200 number. Their chief, their nobles. I'm talking about not everybody, because at times we get it wrong. We say, okay, they are 200 in numbers. No, they are more than 200 in numbers. The elected ones among them, he said their chief, they are 200 in numbers, and every of their brethren, they are under their command. Because I will tell you why they are under their command. Yes, they understand time, they know time, but one thing I want to bring out today that we want to eat at the end of today's service is all about title. We're titled today's topic about understanding. Understanding. It's not all about the time, it's all about the understanding they had about the things of God. Hallelujah, somebody. Let's open again into the book of Daniel. Let's open to the book of Daniel 2:21. Daniel 2:21.
Daniel 2:21.
Yes, sir.
And he changeth the time and the seasons. He removeth kings and set up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise.
He giveth wisdom unto the wise.
And knowledge to them that know understanding.
Knowledge to them that know understanding. That is the way I want us to hit this morning. Knowledge to them that he giveth wisdom to the wise. And he gave knowledge to those that have understanding. So the understanding is what I want to, the foundation I'm laying this morning, that in every aspect of life, anywhere you find yourself, if you don't have the understanding of why you find yourself in his presence redemption ministry, you will miss it. It's not time now. Listen, if you don't have the understanding of why you find yourself in that family, which you thought that your family, you were born in a poor home and nothing is happening, you need to have understanding that why did God put you in that particular place?
That's true, sir.
Why did God decide to put you there? Because he knows the right thing to do, but he puts you there. If you don't have the understanding, then you will not get what you need in life. If you don't have understanding, you cannot fulfill purpose in life. Understanding is what everyone needs in life. If you are a matured man, you call yourself you matured, or whether man or woman, if you don't have an understanding, you will not be able to manage whatever God has given to you. Do you know that two people cannot live together without understanding? Did you know that a group of people cannot stay together without understanding? So this is how it happened. If we are talking about understanding, it has to be the leaders. That is why the Bible said they are 200 in numbers. Their chief are 200 in numbers. So those are the people that have the understanding that they were able to control others. Millions, multitude of people, they submit under their command, whatever they say, because they have the understanding. So at times, it happens that they misbehave, but the understanding they have, they ignore. So I want the church to understand this thing this morning. I'm still going somewhere. I will hit it. Understanding is what we need in life. If you have an understanding of reason you were created, then you will not have reason to blame God.
True, sir.
You will not have reason to complain.
True, sir. True, sir.
Joseph had an understanding why he has to be in the prison. So there was no place that was written in the Bible that Joseph was murmuring or complaining. He knew that, for me to be in the prison at this time, it is not by mistake. It is for a purpose. So the purpose why I'm in the prison, I have to fulfill that purpose. So he refused to lament about being kept in the prison. He was working and understood reason. He was working about the understanding or reason for him to be in that place. And he got that understanding that day. The dream was shown to him. He said, now I understand why God have kept me here for so long, in order to come and deliver the Egyptian from famine. Because the time will come that the famine will come. Something, God knew ahead of you that something like that is going to happen in the future. And God had to bring somebody, a young man, that they had the understanding that I never complained. Even while the brethren were selling him into the slave land, he never complained. For me to leave my father's house, to go to one place to the other, from the father's house to the pit, they brought him out from the pit. They laid hands on those that are buying slaves. They took him, they paid to his brethren, and they walked him to Egypt. And he never complained. He was following them. There must be reason for this and that to happen. So let me relax and get to know the reason why I have been sold as a slave. I will not eat time. I'm talking about understanding. Because we'll be talking about time. So if you don't have the understanding, even time will be useless. If you don't have understanding, time will be useless. The Bible said they had the understanding of time. They have understanding of time. So everybody can talk about time. So that is what it means in the realm of the spirit, that you have the understanding of time. When God is speaking, you quickly key into it. You know, this time I'm going to say something before the end of today's service. Then you need to have, everybody in this place, you have the understanding about time in the realm of the spirit, because it seems as if we don't know. If God led me to say it today, fine. Maybe before the end of the message, I will be able to lay it. Understanding, the Bible talks about wisdom. He said there was a man, he makes mention of it in the Bible, that is full of wisdom. By his wisdom, he was able to deliver the city. But the Bible said something. It said because he was poor, his name was not mentioned. Listen, because he was poor, he was giving wisdom. Everybody pray for wisdom. But this young man, this man was endowed with wisdom. And the Bible recognizes wisdom to deliver the whole city. What happened to him? Because he didn't have the understanding why wisdom was given to him. It is not because he was poor. There are many people that are gifted. A lot of gift is endowed inside of you, but we don't have the understanding why that gift has been given to you. So you will be poor. So be poor, I came with this, is lack of understanding. Gifts have been endowed to every individual. There is no one that God created that has not given you a gift. But some people will keep the gift within themselves. And they are not doing the right thing with the gift that be given to them. God gave you the good voice to sing. And you don't know, or you don't have understanding why you have that good voice. God gave you the wisdom. God gave you the gift of administration. and you don't know why God has given you, you don't have understanding of, you just know that you can arrange things. You know that when you are in the house, hear this, when you are in the house, you find yourself that you are somebody that likes to arrange clothes. You like house to be in order. Don't die in that house, you're arranging clothes. Remember that when you can arrange things properly, you can fix the wardrobe, you arrange it, you arrange the shirt, you arrange the kitchen very well. You are always the type that want things to be orderly. So people like that are gifted the gift of administration. But because they don't have the understanding and they are in the kitchen arranging things, they are in the room arranging things. So that is how the destiny die in that place. Understanding is the key. The Bible talks about understanding. He said in everything, he said get wisdom. He not said something when he was talking about the wisdom. He said, you know that getting, even when you get wisdom, knowledge, and something, understanding. That is the important thing. Wisdom is not enough. You understand the reading. See, the things that we need to understand about the things of God is very simple. When you have an understanding about the people that worked with God, that we talked about them today in the scripture, the only thing they do is just that they had understanding about God. So the two cannot come together or live together under a roof or live together on a long relationship, last long relationship without understanding. So when we meet today, if you don't have the understanding about me, we will depart tomorrow. If we meet today, if you see two friends that they were working together 10 years, they were friends, 20 years they are together, it is not because it is not because they have wisdom, it's because one of them had an understanding. Because both of them cannot be equal in understanding or in wisdom. It's not because that one is wise. It's because one of them, either the first or the second, had an understanding about that second one. Then second one might be troublesome. And it might be always behaving nonchalant attitude, always doing. But because the other one was able to understand him, say, let me ignore this one. And you will see the relationship going on and things are moving fine. It's because they had understanding. Any marriage you see that they are celebrating 25 years, 30 years, 70 years in marriage is not for anything. It's because understanding. Either the man had an understanding, or either the old woman, he had an understanding. So I say, I know my husband is troublesome, but I've chosen to live with him. Don't bother about that one. And you see them celebrating 25 years, 35 years in marriage. It's not because they are celebrating it and people are saying they had trouble, they had problem with him, but they have that understanding and they were able to settle. See, the understanding between, do you know that there was a time God was not happy with Moses, the man he chose? But because God had an understanding about who he called Moses, and Moses also had an understanding about God, and he was able to reconcile with him. Hear this, the man that we'll be talking about from next week to the end of this topic is going to be a man called David. So now, everybody should understand that I'm not going to take much time. I want to close quickly so that we can go home. That the men that God have chosen to be the man of the future, the man of destiny, they are men that are men of understanding. Now, we are in his present redemption ministry. And I want all the people seated here under the sound of my voice to understand that we are all generation of David. What is the name of our general overseer? Our national coordinator, David. So we are generation of David, the man that had understanding. When you have an understanding, you will never miss it in life. You will not miss it in life. If somebody is tormenting you in a place and you had an understanding that is the place of your blessing, you will never be moved or be intimidated by anybody for them to remove you from that place, because you had an understanding that this is my place that for me to be blessed. The man of understanding will not have the mind to pull down the second person. Everything is in the life of David. That is why I said that's my text of next week is going to be from the life of David. Then, after the whole thing, then we know the next week topic is going to be the generation of David. Put your hands together for Jesus. It's going to be generation of David. Then you will know who David was in his time. And his generation are the one that the generation of David are the one that they are the strong generation. They can conquer, they can face the giants and they bring down the giants. There was something that was written in that in the pamphlet that we wrote today. That's why I said the Spirit of God is one. What I am saying right now is not what I prepare. I look into it and I said, he said the sons of Issachar were seated as strong men. Strong men. I numbered it. Another thing about the men, the sons of Issachar, they are also extraordinary men.